Welcome back, everybody, to the Oakland A's franchise, where in Season 6 we're playing the All-Star Game. And we've got 5 All-Stars from the Oakland A's in the game this year, having our best season in the series. And there are other players that I think could have gotten an invite and did not. We'll spend some short time here in the All-Star Game and then move on to the second half of the year. Joe Michael will start the game for the American League, and we have Vladimir Guerrero in the starting 9 as well. And we're going to get underway here, get a couple innings in with Michael, and see how he does against some of the game's best. Joe Michael could be on his way to a possible Cy Young award this year. With 14 victories in the first half, he leads the American League in strikeouts. He has 3 complete game shutouts. And pretty much every game that we focus on him, he does something special. In his last start, I felt it was one of his best, where his curveball was thrown for a strike 78 or 79% of the time. If you're telling me he's going to start throwing that ball a lot better, these hitters don't have a chance. Strike 3 on Trey Turner. Welcome to the All-Star Game. That's lined to left field, and with a base hit, it's Ha-Sung Kim. Ronald Acuna Jr. Fastball fouled off. Ooh, that curveball is in the right spot. How does that not get the call? Strike 3 on Acuna, chasing the sweeper. And in there against Mookie Betts. Michael not messing around here. Blocked by Alejandro Kirk as the count goes full. Fastball right down the middle. See what you can do. Scorched to Soto. But caught. Now, I was hoping we'd have a few more position players in the All-Star Game this year. We ended up with 3 pitchers and 2 position players. It's already time for Michael's second inning. The Aces usually get 2 here in the All-Star Game, and then they're taken out. We'll follow that template here. Facing Will Smith. Speared by Devers. Good to have him on our side. Vinny Gomez. So here's that Rockies draft pick that has turned into a great star for them. He is a big, intimidating hitter. And he sends it to center field for a base hit. David Matsumoto, another player drafted. That is a star, I think, with the Mets. Maybe. Got like a 1 in 15 chance, right? 1 in 1. I'm liking this curve, and here in the All-Star Game, it's a good time to just keep throwing it and see if he continues to throw it for strikes. Doesn't really matter if this game doesn't go well. And he leaves it up. It is a base hit. And Gomez wants third. Roberts' throw, not in time. So that's what a good throw from center looks like. I had to be reminded. Manny Machado. Now, we don't want to see Michael be on the hook for an L here. So giving up an early run wouldn't be good. 2 strikes, though, on Manny. Oh, it hit him? I thought he swung at it, though. Bases are loaded now. It's Michael Harris. Michael versus Michael with the bases loaded and a 2-0 count. 3-0. This is trouble. All right, that's 1 strike. See if we can keep getting him in there. Foul. But the changeup misses and he walks in a run. That's by Trey Turner. 1-2. Missing inside. 2-2. Struck him out. He's going to throw a lot of pitches here for an all-star appearance. 0-2 on Kim. We're one pitch away from ending this. And now he hits Kim. That's 2 hit by pitches. Fastball's getting away from him. Got to face Acuna again. I can't take him out here. He's supposed to be the Cy Young winner this year. I can't remove him from the game. Soto is over and can't get there. 2 score, and it's 4-0. Oh, thank you. Bad base running ends the inning. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is our second All-Star to make an appearance in this game. 15 homers in the first half, hitting .291. One of the best first basemen in all of baseball, and one of our foundational players here in the rebuild. The American League has some work to do to take away this potential loss now for Joe Michael. On the ground. And picked up at third. Inning over. A cleaner start for Walker Buehler. Devers hits a 2-run homer, so now a 2-run deficit. Vladdy getting his second at-bat now, facing Tyler McGill as he leads off the 5th. Chased a slider away. A strikeout for Vladdy. Another chance here for Vladdy as we go bottom 7. Still a 4-2 game. The American League only has 2 hits on the day. Ryan Helsley is the pitcher. And he's under this one. It's skied to center. And Guerrero is now 0 for 3. Our third All-Star in this game is Aaron Ashby, one of our free agent acquisitions that's played a very key role this year. Shohei not even moving on that pitch. But Ashby's been getting a lot of innings, and he's been playing really well. Why is Shohei not moving? He's not, like, preparing for the pitch at all. What is this bug? If I just throw it right down the middle, can he not swing right now? I have never seen this. Maybe using quick manage, there is some sort of bug here, but Shohei literally won't move. And he's drawn a 3-2 count. This is pretty good at bat here for Ohtani. That's how good he is. And he walks! You gotta be kidding me! What just happened? They think it's hilarious. Did I just break the game? I did team select to go back to the center. So I'm not controlling either side. And now Ohtani is still there. What is going on? I switched to the National League. And now I am the umpire, apparently. So I had to reload the game because there was nothing I could do. But here is our fourth All-Star. It has come to fruition. All-Star Aaron is in the house. Aaron Don enjoying a breakout campaign with 16 first-half homers, 50 RBIs, completely reinventing his game and sending one out to deep center where it is caught. That was not a dead ball. We're going to try this again now with Aaron Ashby. So it's a 2-1 game this time around. I couldn't even exit or do anything. I had to just dashboard out of the game. So I don't know if that was like a bug because of like Ohtani's two-way thing in the All-Star game, if that screwed something up, because I've never seen that before. But I don't usually go back and forth between playing and quick manage all that much either. But Aaron Ashby has been a really big addition for our team this year. He's our first out of the bullpen most of the time. He gets a lot of innings, and he has been really rock solid. He's giving us a chance to help develop some guys behind him, not having too big of a role. It's nice to have that shutdown closer and that shutdown, first guy inning eater as well. Everybody else's role is a lot easier that way. 2-1 game here. Jordan Lawler is the batter. In the air for Judge, retreating and making the catch. And Nolan Gorman with 2 down to Carlos Correa at short. Inning over. But it was disappointing to not see, Tyler Soderstrom, Franmil Reyes. I thought those two have played at a pretty high level this year. But nobody else made the cut outside of our closer. And it's time for Joan Duran here in the All-Star game. 2-1 ball game. What they should do for the All-Star game is invite the pitchers, but just have them watch and bring up AAA guys to pitch to all the All-Star hitters. Because the All-Star game rarely ever lives up to the hype because the good pitching beats good hitting more often than not. Nice catch, Aaron. 2 strikes for Duran on Josh Naylor. Looking for a quick outing. Missed inside. That smashed through for a base hit. Tying run on Tyler Stevenson, the hitter now. Possible double play threat here. 2 strikes. Struck him out. 101. Duran only blew 2 saves in the first half. Guerrero is over at the tarp. Makes an attempt but doesn't catch it. And he goes around. Duran shuts it down. 5 All-Stars for the Oakland A's. Aaron Don, Joe Michael, 2 players we drafted here in this series. The 2 most crucial players we've drafted are stars leading this team to the greatest heights we've seen in this 6-year run. It was a great first half for the Oakland A's, 58-34. But now it's time to get back to the regular season and also take care of signing our draft picks for this year. So we'll start out, of course, Gerald Landis. Looking for a pretty reasonable contract, I'd say. Declined. We sign Ronan Schuster. And that's it here in the first stage. And we begin the second half, up 4.5 games on the LA Angels. Looking to see if they continue to play great baseball or not. Let's check out some of their team rankings. We're always looking for how we're doing. Their batting average right behind us. We're 9-10. In runs scored, we are 3rd, while they are 23rd. So how good's that pitching then? 3rd best team ERA. They do have Patrick Sandoval, who would be the other Cy Young contender this year at the top in the American League. Right now it's showing Joe Michael, Trevor Rogers, and Luis Patino, but I thought Sandoval, I had seen a ticker, something on the ticker about him being up here along with Joe, but he is one of the best pitchers so far in the first half. Aaron Don is now up to an 87 overall, and he's seeing +7 power versus lefties. Would like to see some more power against righties, but clearly he's a different player this year and just continues to get better and impress me. That's some regression here for Logan Gilbert, but I still think he's in a pretty good spot. Dylan Carlson, a little bit better, but I think he's still been very disappointing. Luis Arraez is seeing some regression across the board. And he's still been really good this year, but maybe not as good as in years past. Soderstrom, he's still mostly progressing despite lower batting average and on-base numbers this season. Waldichuk's a little bit better. 84 overall's nice. Miguel Vargas. With his play, you'd think he might be going up a little bit more, but he is 28 years old, so maybe that's toned down a bit just because of his age. But it's still been a tremendous breakout season. And Yusniel Cruz down at AAA hitting .271. Getting that contact up. Nothing's going down. That's a big positive. And obviously, the role for him coming up would be to be a bat. And we have a guy who was pretty much an all-star in the first half in Franmil Reyes, leading us in home runs. On base at .370 for a DH is just wild. So there's no rush yet for Yusniel Cruz. When rosters expand, I think that's the time. That's my thought right now. And Zach Geloff, by the way, hitting just .221. We haven't talked about him much outside of noting his struggles, where he hasn't been as good against lefties this year, and he's found himself to be more of a role player suddenly, because he's fallen off in a big way. It's a good time to think about if you want to make any lineup changes going into the second half, and I talked about last episode having Soderstrom be more of a 5-hitter. Just Reyes is outplaying him, and Soderstrom should probably go down a spot. We should also be getting Carlson probably at the very bottom. Now, one thing I noticed here, I've been playing Max Muncy at third base. It's not even one of his positions. I'm not sure I should be doing that. He doesn't have like a surplus of errors or anything, but that is something that I shouldn't be doing probably. If I want, I can play Sweeney at third. I mean, their defense is similar, edge to Sweeney. And I just don't trust Arraez's arm at third base. That's not a good spot for him. We could play Arraez at first base and then Guerrero at third and Muncy at second. The bullpen looks really good right now. There's nobody who has like an inflated ERA or anything. Like no one's even gotten extremely unlucky. It's just solid. Like the only pitcher whose numbers are kind of off is Logan Gilbert. Similar to Hoagland, but expectations are higher on Gilbert, and he's been very up and down, and he's had a bit of a home run problem this year. But why don't we get to some baseball now? Let's get to the stuff that really matters. Coming back to play the Twins. And first game, 11-10. We allowed 22 hits? Twins win. Who gave up all that production? What is going on here? It was Logan Gilbert. And then Ashby having a rough outing along with Domingo Acevedo. Coming back the next day, Vladdy has a pair of homers and another shootout that we win. Wow, they hit a lot of home runs in this game. So did we, though. Waldachuk gives up 5. And then Duran trying to close out the team we acquired him from. Eloy Jimenez is the hitter. Twins down to their final out. Let's see if we can start the second half with a good series victory. Chopped down to third, and Vladdy's there. Across to Arraez. A's win it. Nice, easy, critical situation there. Taking 2 out of 3. So it turns out our first round pick is injured, by the way. I wonder how serious that's going to end up being. But we have signed him. Orozco signed. Taking on Boston once again. Soroka going deep into this game. A shutout. 10-6 victory here and 2-0 the next day. Securing another series win and another... No, it wasn't a complete game shutout. We did have Duran close that one out. And then minor injury for Christopher Byers. Luis Estrella. Yep, you got to keep him on the 60-day. 4-3 game. Now Hernandez in a pickle. So Duran not available apparently. 1-run game. 2 on. 1 down. Fouled off and ahead of him 2 strikes. Just missing. Wow, Correa has 26 homers. That's a lot more than you'd expect. 2-2. Got him looking. Big strikeout. And now one away. Marcelo Meyer. It's up to him, and this is fly, twisting foul, long run. Cabrera gives up on it. Hernandez, one strike away. And it's chopped. Back to Hernandez. A flip over to first, and the game is over. Another A's victory. And 2 straight series go their way coming out of the All-Star break. Gilbert gives up 2 in 5 innings. He does walk 4. But that is a 5-game winning streak that increases our division lead to 7.5 games. I am so focused right now on the Angels, who have cooled off. July has not gone well for them. And this homestand is big for them to be 2-4 right now. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get everybody signed here in the draft class. And some of these players just have low interest, so it's kind of hard. I might not get a chance to even offer to Cedric Johnson if we don't get there. Like, Rosario's obviously more of a priority, being the higher drafted player. I can try to get Rios here signed, and we do. But I don't think you can offer until it's like 50. Arraez has 2 homers already in this game. That's an onslaught again from the A's offense. As Don picks up a double, Arraez yard twice. Waldachuk gives us over 6 innings. Another win. And we come back the next game, dropping it, ending a little winning streak there. Astros then beat us on the following day. Let's check it out here again. Rosario still can't do it, but we should be able to on the next attempt. Nothing else we can do for now. Soroka in a jam there. We hold on, winning it 3-2. And we are 65-37. This is a part of our season where we have a chance to really build our lead and almost make it insurmountable if we can get to double digits in August at some point. The Angels giving up some ground. The Mariners are now on their heels, and there could be some fight there for second place. I mean, no one's really out of it for second place here in the American League West. And if we check out the rest of baseball, the Rays have 63 victories, but nobody else touches us right now. And we've also performed well in division, going 20-11 with one of the league's best home field advantages. I was going to play a game here with Gilbert, but I'm actually really interested in going to Colorado. Before we do that, I will get Rosario under contract. He can play everything, too. That's pretty neat. All that's left now is Cedric Johnson. Let's go into the altitude and play against... I wanted to see Vinny Gomez and where the Rockies are. By the way, got swept here against the Giants, allowing the Angels to get back to 5.5 games back. What I wanted to do is play this game with Gunnar Hoagland, and then next episode I wanted to include the start that Michael has in Colorado because I want to see him pitch at altitude. I'm just not doing it today because I've done so much Joe Michael, it seems. So I'm going to give Gunnar Hoagland a chance to see what he can do, and maybe this is a game that we got to approach differently, just being up here in Denver. Good to be back in Coors Field. I really enjoyed my Rockies franchise and playing here, trying to build a winner in this unique hitting environment. But now, we get to go have a chance to hit in it with Aaron, Don, and everybody else. And Don is going to lead things off. Your American League All-Star center fielder. Don now with a .285 average, but hasn't homered since the break. Out to right center, the first pitch is off the wall. And Don has a stand-up double. I have no idea who this pitcher is for Colorado. But the Rockies are 44-58 this year, trying to rebuild. Now Arraez in the air, and that's going to deep right off the scoreboard. Arraez will hustle. It is back-to-back doubles, and the scoring starts quickly, as it tends to do. Of course, as you come out of the All-Star break, one of the topics you have to consider is acquisitions, and are we going to make a deal ahead of the deadline? Duran was our big deal that I wanted to make at that time because we'd get 2 more months with him, and I wanted every little victory we could try to get in that first half. So I don't know that there's anything left that I'm looking at with how strong this team is playing. I wouldn't, discount the idea of a reliever just because why not? If you can get stronger without it costing a whole lot, I'm okay not having, one of these other middle relievers. But I can't see us making a big move. If there's an injury, that's the wild card. As Arraez belts one to center, Arraez will score, and it's 2-0. Now, if something does happen, there could be some creative solutions. We don't have problems right now, but I'm already thinking of solutions. And one of those could be, is Zach Geloff potentially expendable? Now, it is hit to left by Soderstrom, not well. With Geloff where he's at, 28 years old with this disappointing season, could maybe, use him to go get a player if we need to. Right now he's on the bench, and if he's there, he'd obviously be a really good pinch hit option against lefties, even though he hasn't hit them as well this season. But I'm not trying to send anybody out quite yet. Sweeney is under it. And that is going to end the top half of the first. Gunnar Hoagland gets our start today. How will he fare in the altitude? Rockies have this starting lineup here. Warming, Burnable is their leadoff man. Caden Polkovich. A lot of new names here I'm not familiar with, but Vinny Gomez, Austin Gillian, those are already 2 players they've drafted in this franchise that are spearheading their rebuild. I did want to see the stats quickly, though, for Gunnar, who has been our 5th starter and has been overall very solid for a guy in the 5 spot. Now, 4.5 ERA, it's come up recently. His FIP is not bad. None of these advanced numbers are bad, but he's given up a couple more runs, I guess, than you would like. But he's also thrown 9 quality starts. And he's only started 20 games. Clearly, he's doing a pretty good job. Almost. I guess part of this year has been wondering, okay, how long can he keep this up? Because Hoagland never showed this consistency in the past. And if something were to happen here in the second half where he starts to slow down, that's when you start to think about the starting pitcher market and replacing that 5th starting role. Caden Polkovich is hitting .313. Rocky's got some young offense. It's the pitching that usually struggles with them, as that's a base hit. Also curious if, the weaker arms in our outfield are more on display here, because you're probably going to be playing a little bit deeper than normal. Brendan Rodgers. I know who he is. One of the players from day one still here, and sends it back through the middle. Vinny Gomez hitting .305, and that's with 23 homers. One of the best in the National League. Missing low, counts 3-1, already finding Gunnar in some trouble as he walks Gomez. Bases loaded. Here's Austin Gillian. So he was like a generational catcher prospect. And if we could check out his ratings here, he's an 85 overall, very good hitter. He's going to be a well-rounded, do-it-all catcher. And this season, he's posted a .255 average. He's homered 10 times. He's developing, but already making a really big impact. And now a chance to break this game open in their favor. Does he go? Yes. First round pick back in 2026. So just a few years ago he was selected. And these generational players, when they're taken by the CPU, they tend to skip the minors and just kind of get that fast track. And those players have performed really well in this series. 3-1 though. Hoagland can't find a strike as he walks in a run. Sweeney with a double play to end the inning. What a gift. That was amazing. Max Muncy out to left field, but run down. We have the lineup turning over now. Aaron Don with Dylan Carlson drawing a walk with 2 down. Looking like a 6-game lead right now. Angels must have lost today. Trying to keep some distance between us and them. Don has a second hit. Chopped up the middle. Backhanded, and Rogers gets Don at second. We cannot follow up in the second with any runs, and we hope the Rockies do the same, facing the bottom of their order. Quick strikeout of Owen Casey. That's Muncy to his left. Good catch. And it appears they've called up someone brand new in Jalen Palmer. First at-bat of the year. And he's under it. Much better second for Gunnar Hoagland. He is under this one. Guerrero was thinking about taking that out and just missed it. Up the middle and knocked down. I thought it had gotten past him. That's an out. Can you imagine, though, if we can get a hold of one with Franmil Arraez or Vladdy in this game? Now we're going to right. You never know here in Coors, but that's not going to have it. And let's see if Soderstrom can put together a stronger second half, at least in terms of all-around play. The homers, you know, they slowed down in June. I think it's time to pick up just the on-base play again and hit more a bit like last season. To the right side and scooped. Rogers, nice play. Not wasting any time here against Polkovich. Oh boy! To the right center bullpen, and that ball is gone. Solo homer, the game is tied. And now Rogers sends it down the line. And he should have extra bases with Vargas gathering in the corner. Gomez to right. Carlson missed entirely. Don racing to back him up. A run will score. Gomez on his way to third. That showed like the diving indicator, but I didn't think he had to dive. And the ball just got past him. Kind of an awkward play. These are some of the toughest plays to make on the entire field. Just goes under his glove. Kind of a late play on it. 3-2 Colorado. And Guerrero spears it. Maybe we can keep this run from scoring. Got a big double play back in the first. If we can prevent this run, we'll have saved a couple likely runs from scoring. I think Hoagland's a tough guy to use in this park. Like, he's not a strikeout guy. Doesn't miss a lot of bats. There's a lot of contact made, and when it happens in this park, it's pretty scary. Down the line, a run will score as Hernandez wants second and has it. Owen Casey making his MLB debut today. I didn't realize that. 4-2 Colorado. And he strikes out the rookie. But the damage is done. I don't see Hoagland lasting a whole lot longer. So you got two players in this Rockies lineup making their debuts today. Palmer's one of them. Good changeup. The issue today for Gunnar is there hasn't been a second pitch that's been reliable. If you're just going to throw fastballs all day, you're serving up BP in this park. And then the issue also of getting hitters to miss the bats. A lot of fouls against Gunnar. There have been 4 consecutive foul balls in this at-bat alone. Pitch 69. Down the middle, a strike. All right, Gunnar Hoagland, a full count. Burnable lays off a changeup away. Polkovich fouling the first 2 off. A lot of foul balls against Hoagland. And he strikes out Polkovich to finish off the 4th. What about Dylan Carlson here in the second half? Clearly his offense hasn't been anything impressive, hitting .210. But his job is pretty safe given he's our best defender in the outfield and we don't really have a strength there to begin with. Nearly hit him. And now working the count full. Looking to get Aaron Don a base runner. 3-2. Pretty good battle in this at-bat. Carlson now seeing the 9th pitch. He'll need more. Finally in play. And it's a lazy fly to right. Hey, Don's halfway to the cycle. He's just gotten the easy half out of the way. 3rd at-bat now. Under this one, or on top of it, rather, he is out on 1 pitch. I think 4 innings is enough for Hoagland in this game. I don't see any reason to keep him out there. We got Jonathan Hernandez, who can go multiple innings. Aaron Ashby, who can do the same. I think we could also use Marshall Lerma in this game. But all depends on if we can scrape together more offense. Maybe a little bit different bullpen approach here with us trailing. Although you got Joe Michael coming up the next day, do you just use your best arms? That is in the air. And out number 1. I have no idea what to expect when Joe Michael is in Coors. I'm not even going to play it. I'm going to have that be like a spectated game. Gomez through the infield. I'm just really curious how his fastball plays here. Because if it can play here, it can play anywhere. Austin Gillian, and Gomez goes. He will go back. Line drive left field, that's down. And now wanting 3rd, Vargas, not in time. Getting Gomez. He's got great wheels. 1st and 3rd. Colorado has squandered some opportunities, but keep creating more. This one will cash in. A base hit to left. 5-2 Rockies. And now you got 1/2 of the debuts here. And Casey pops up. Guerrero secures. And Adael Amador. One of the best prospects in the Rockies organization right now. In real life. Good pitch. There you go. Tough one to handle there. 1-2. Ending the inning. Big pitches from Hernandez. Cutter Crawford is coming in as the Rockies go to their bullpen, which is traditionally awful. We haven't scored since the first inning. I think 4 zeros in a row is more than enough. You can't be calling that. Change up was right there for the taking. Cutter Crawford does indeed throw a cutter. Would be kind of awkward if he didn't. It was probably the first pitch they installed for him. On the hands and jammed. You win that battle. A 2-0 start now to Franmil Arraez. Trying to get a little more selective. Down the line and out in front. A 2-2 count now. Full. Reyes. 3-2. Swung through it. And it was right down the middle. That is going to right center, and finally back in the hit column, Tyler Soderstrom gives us a 2-out spark. Trey Sweeney now hoping to follow it up. Right to short on a good pitch. And we have been set down 5 straight innings without scoring. I think the heart of this order is honestly really good for Colorado with Polkovich, Gomez, and Gilliand. They have their core to build around like they did a few years ago when they were a playoff team. Guys like Carlos Gonzalez, Charlie Blackmon, Nolan Arenado, and Story. But now trying to build up that core and put some pieces around it. I always have to root for Colorado because they're perpetual underdogs here. Never won a division title in team history. Might be a long time before that ever happens. But they've made some noise a couple times over the years as a wild card team. Rogers strikes out. Good inning for Hernandez. Joe Shaw's coming out now, and he's actually got pretty good numbers. 7th inning. Oakland not hitting like you expect here in Colorado. Can we start to change that? 3-0 to Max Muncy. Let's get that first base runner aboard. And he comes back to run the count full. But walks him in the end. It's Miguel Vargas now, ahead of Shaw 2-1, and on the ground to third. 5-4-3 double play. Carlson's made some good swings, and everyone's been a foul. That's another one. Finally ended with a strikeout. Rockies still lead by 3. We're going to bring in Lerma. Those batting averages are concerning. That ERA has got to be a little misleading, right? If he's consistently giving up hits. Vinny Gomez, 2 for 2. Front door slider by him. The 0-2 now. Popped up. Guerrero. Back a few steps. Yanquiel Fernandez is 2 for 3. Drove in 2 runs last time he was up. Now an 0-1. Fouled off. Good pitch. Lerma strikes him out. Can we get some runs now? Lucas Gilbreth, they're going to a lefty. And we got Don up. We're not pulling him against the lefty, that's for sure. Already 2 hits on the day. That was one you gotta hit. Come on, Aaron. Come on. 3-1. He's been close. Another hitter's count. And full. Under this one. Shallow right center. Getting shut down by the Rockies. The offense got going so quickly, I thought we might be in for a shootout. I certainly expected more runs than we scored in the first inning. Hit Arraez, so we have a base runner. I think this is it here. Our comeback depends on what Vladdy and Arraez are about to do. I think you have to look at getting at least one of the runs back right now. Vladdy's 0 for 3. And they keep pitching away. No! Just late. Big second out. So we still have Arraez facing a lefty. And that ball is going to deep left. On a line. It's out of here. Third straight episode with a Franmil Arraez home run. And the A's cut it to a 1-run game. I knew he couldn't get both of them. I was expecting to see like a 490-footer, but instead Arraez hits about as short as you can hit one in Coors. 5-4. And I think that does change our 9th inning strategy. I think now I'm more apt to pitch Ashby than if I was down 3. On the hands, though, this is going to end the inning. But now we're one swing away from tying the game. Here is Aaron Ashby. Very, very strong numbers on the year. Facing the bottom of this Rockies order, it's going to right center. Casey, his first big league hit. Could be a big one as they look for an insurance run here in the 8th inning. A lefty-lefty double for your first big league hit. Now Amador, right on the corner. Shallow right. Carlson makes the play. Waving out of his Palmer. He's looking for his first big league hit. He'll have to try doing it, though. 2 strikes in the hole. Base hit right field. The debuts going together. Scoring the 6th run. What a moment here for the Rockies. Jalen Palmer. First hit, first RBI. Both hitters getting their first hits off of an all-star. Waving at it. I think Ashby's thrown the ball fine. They've just made good contact a couple times. Polkovich. Softly to Muncy. Can we get 2 more? Eli Morgan is their closer, and he's 19 for 22. Lefties especially struggling against him. And here's a lefty in Trey Sweeney. Sweeney, Muncy, and Vargas due up. Right over the middle. Popped up. Swung late. And that is the first. Muncy now. Looking for his first hit. Pulls it over to third base. A routine one and 2 gone. So it'll take a 2-out rally Miguel Vargas is the batter. Wanted to lay off that. Good strike, top of the zone. Chase for strike 3, not a good at-bat. And the Rockies win it 6-4. Our bats ran pretty cold there, and we had some pitches we could not make the most of, unfortunately. But the Rockies take this one, and it was a pretty good showcase for their young roster. Again, next episode, I plan on having Joe Michaels start a part of it. We'll lead the episode with that and see how he does pitching in Coors. And move on to August. We'll know the ratings for our draft picks next episode. And Cedric Johnson still can't be offered a deal. We can try again. We'll have one chance, maybe? 3 days until the deadline. If we do sign him, it'll be on deadline day. Not that anyone's, like, really waiting to see what his ratings are. I don't think, anyway. His potential range looks alright. I'll sign him if I can. But I can't do it right now. But we end this episode with a 65-40 record, and that is still baseball's best. The Rays are 1 game behind us, 64-42. And in the standings now, the Angels 5.5 games back. Looking at their most recent stretch, they have gotten 4 wins in the past week. So they swept Detroit on the road, but now they're in Toronto. Still got a series here against the Braves. Let's see, the Braves at least take 2 there. And this is nice here. I don't care who wins between them and Seattle as long as it's not one team like sweeping the other. Just go beat up on each other and make no ground over that 4-game set. That'd be great. Here's a stat update, by the way. You got Franmil Reyes sitting at 23 homers. Vladdy and Soderstrom, they have 20. Sweeney and Don, 16 each. Don homerless, though, since the break. 30 is going to be hard to get now. Vargas at 12. Carlson at 12. Arraez at 10. If you want to see OPS, Franmil Reyes a 900. Bunch of guys above an 800. Would love to see like different like plus numbers, like OPS plus. Like sometimes with these numbers, it's hard to gauge like how good things really are. But I find like with OPS plus, when you see a guy's like 132, you know he's 32% better than average. And I find those numbers should probably be kind of more of the norm that we're referencing all the time. I'd like them to be. Aaron Don leads us in WAR with a 4.2. With pitchers, Joe Michael, he is currently at a 3.7. So right now, they're saying that Aaron Don is our most valuable player. That's going to do it for today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and please leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel, and there's much more A's franchise on the way as we are closing in on a potential playoff debut. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.